Hello.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, it's really great to talk to you this morning. Hope everything's well.
Fine, I hope so.
All right, perfect. Well, I just want to say first off that I love that this is a comedy. Like, usually with these kinds of shows, it kind of tends to veer more towards like a drama aspect, but I like that this one kind of relies more on a comedy aspect of storytelling. So like, the cancer is there, but it's not like a main character. It's more of kind of like a background character, which I feel like you don't see very often. It kind of reminds me of the movie 50-50 with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and
Yeah,
Seth
yes,
Rogen.
with Seth, yeah, obviously it was always a movie that we had in mind because it was like
Hmm.
which movie with a lot of comedy
Yeah.
has the main character has a disease, cancer, and he's waiting through
Hmm.
the surgery and 50-50. So Seth Rogen, it's God for me. And I love
I mean,
how he directs, writes,
hmm.
and acts.
Hmm.
So it's brilliant. Also, his partner, Jason Gordon-Levitt,
Yeah.
also. So for sure that was kind of a reference or something to be watching sometimes. But also when I was shooting the TV series, I fell in love in a show called Platonic that also with Seth Rogen that it's in Apple TV Plus.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
love how the comedy works there because I love the
Hmm.
rhythm and I love how the actors improvise something that it's not in the text.
Hmm.
So I showed some scenes to the actors like this is the kind of energy that I want. I always try that the actors go away from overthinking like where my character is going, where my character comes from. It's most like I need rhythm on that scene. Think less and be more. I'm talking in with more speed,
Hmm.
and that's a little bit how I work with comedy, also with improvisations. Like the text, it's only a reference, and so let's think about new jobs that we can
Hmm.
put in a series. We have the lucky thing that it's not a big budget series, so the crew was very small. So if you are I don't know directing Dune 2, for example, every
Hmm.
decision it's very expensive. But if you're shooting a comedy with your friends, with a little crew in Barcelona, it's like, well, it comes to my mind a joke of a punch in the face to the main character that's in a person in the trailer, but it's something new. So I call to the producer and say, I need tomorrow a guy that punch in the face to the main character. And the producer say, okay, we don't have money to stuntman or something like that. Okay, okay, don't worry. The second assistant director is going to do that. So we have that kind of freedom to make that comedy and to make it work because I think that when you're shooting a comedy you need to be like like water, like flow, like let your brain to make new jokes and don't be
Hmm.
close to that's the text. If you see a
Yeah.
making of Friends, for example, sitcom, there's a cool behind the scenes where the screenwriters are talking to the public and saying, okay, why this joke doesn't likes to you? And they are talking to the public to make that jokes work better. So the comedy is to flow with what's happening and
Hmm.
it's not to be closer to anything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Like I love all the insight into that, and it does kind of like go perfectly into the main question that I had, and it's like, what's the most challenging aspect of balancing like the comedy with the drama? Because it's such a fine line that you kind of
Yeah.
have to tread, because you don't want to lean too far into comedy, because then it kind of seems like, like you're making light of a situation, you might alienate certain people, but it's like, you go too far into drama, and it's like an entirely different genre. So like, how did you find like that perfect middle ground?
Uh, I don't know actually, but well, my when I was shooting, what I was worried about is that not to frivolizar, ¿cómo se llama, Paola?
To take for granted, to make it frivolous.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to make. I was afraid. I was afraid of going to there. But what happened
Mhm,
when I was shooting the TV series is that my parent and was in the hospital for 1 year. So and it had a surgery very important, and all the family were like, okay, it's going to be great or not. Maybe he's gonna die. We don't know. And what happened? That happened while I was shooting. So when
mhm,
the day finished, I went all the day to the hospital. And in the hospital, even is the worst place to be, the most saddest place to be, even in
mhm,
that situation, there was always something funny to make jokes around it. Even it was my father was in the bed in the hospital,
mhm,
there was
mhm.
some always funny there. So that make myself to be more comfortable to mix comedy and drama because I was worried about people it's going to find annoying or they make a little bit offensive because we are talking about cancer with comedy and I was worried about that and I say I come from the hospital to see my dad and he's very ill and we joke about something. So if
Yeah.
you know where to put the comedy and you are mm, mm, smart enough to not get away from the context, you have to be a little bit free to make jokes about anything you want. And and I think the social puts you in your place. For
Mhm,
example, now if you make jokes about LGBTQ plus,
mhm,
that jokes doesn't make sense now. It's not that they are offensive or not offensive, it's that the people is going to say it's not funny. What are you
mhm.
this why are you joking about that? So the humankind
Mhm.
tells a little bit by himself
Yeah.
what it's now funny and what not.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic. Like, it's such a great show. I love like the depth to it. I love the exploration of the characters. So I'm just like very, very excited for people to see this and to kind of like fall into this world and like get to experience these
Thank
characters
you.
and like this like lovely little universe you set up. So thank you so much for your time today. I really,
Yeah.
really appreciate
I
it.
like your Funkos on your right.
Oh, thank you so much. I keep forgetting I have those.
Oh, fine. Nice
Thank
to meet you.